So, welcome. We're the West Hill Community Association, an all-volunteer nonprofit serving the unincorporated Skyway West Hill neighborhood since 1991. Thank you to our team and supporters to help us keep this all going. Board members, can you please stand up at this time or wave your hand? We have a few more, but we are always looking for new board members. So if you're interested, please feel free to talk to one of us at the end of the day. Also, thank you to our host here at the West Hill Community Center for letting us use this amazing space. We wouldn't be able to house this without you guys because we usually are at the schools and they're closest for the summer. Housekeeping, so you can enjoy all the food. Please eat all the food, take it with you. Bathrooms are located over in the corner. So if you're looking to your left, the bathrooms are over there. And then before our feature presentation tonight, we'll start with 5 minutes or 3 minutes, depending on who it is. But you get more than 10 reports, community reports, and if your organization is not on the agenda, please let us know right away so that we can keep things moving. We can only take 1 or 2 quick questions each, but please try to hold your questions and ask that specific organization or person at the end. It'll be very helpful to keep us on time, especially in this heat. Just a few other things that we are actually hosting. First is going to be the West Hill Community Association Voter Assistance Booth. That's going to be on Tuesday, August 4th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Skyway Library. So we're going to be there to answer any questions, help you get registered to vote. So please stop by during that time. And then we're going to have Skyway Outdoor Cinemas kicking off. That's going to be starting on 8/7, which is August 7th, from 6:30 to 11 over here at the Fire Station Training Yard. So new spot for us. Very excited. We have a ton of vendors that's going to be with us, and yeah, it's going to be the first movie is going to be Inside Out 2. So love to see you there. Board meeting we have on the 12th of August from 7 to 9, and then we're going to kick off again with Hoppers for the Skyway Outdoor Cinema on the 14th, same time, 6:30. Wicked is going to be on the 21st. And then last but not least, Restore Skyway Park is going to be at the Skyway Park on the 22nd at 9 a.m. till noon. As always, we need volunteers, donors, and cheerleaders. So please reach out to us for details or check mywesthhill.org/join. Or there's a QR code on the sign on our table or on the agenda. So first, we're going to kick it off with Darlene Sellers with White Center Teen Program.
Thanks.
Here you go.
Over here. Thank you. Well, first off, this is Vanna. Vanna's actually in charge. He lets me hang out sometimes. So we're with Key County Parks. We want to thank you all so much for coming out tonight. I think we have a couple slides. We just wanted to share this facility during the summertime is hosting a number of programs. We're very, very, very excited about the Youth Conservation Corps. The Skyway cohort meets in this room right here, actually this half of the room. And then Vanna and Michael oversee another set of teenagers that King County hires for the summer for the Recreation Aid program. So we have about 15 recreation aides and 12 YCC interns out of Skyway, all local students that are helping out here in the community center this summer and helping out in the community. So on behalf of all of them, they would like to welcome you to the facility. Here's some of our recreation aides out in front by the Spirit Boat. And then we just wanted to do a quick plug. We do have some rec programs happening in this space this summer. So Vanna and Michael and all those recreation aides are offering free lunches Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from noon to 2 p.m. They also do arts and crafts, games, things like that. One thing I will point out, I know there's a lot of programs in the neighborhood, which is great, that are offering free lunches. They are offering food through August 21st, which I think is a little bit later than some of the other programs. So even if you have kids that have found somewhere to get their lunches, please send them our way if their program happens to be wrapping up a little bit sooner. And the lunch is for anyone 18 or under. That's what we officially say. Vanna and Michael make sure there's a lot of other food in the building in case we have folks outside of that range that are hungry, because we want everybody to find food. And then the team program also runs Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. They do lots of games, arts and crafts. Today we had baking class in the kitchen. We do have access to the gym, which is amazing. So there's been a lot of basketball, flag football, soccer, all the things. Did I miss any other things?
No?
Okay.
Lacrosse, if you want to play lacrosse.
Oh,
play
lacrosse, if you want to play lacrosse.
Yeah.
Okay, and then coming up, I think we got maybe one more slide for us. Yeah, this week is Nature Week, by the way. So today was beaded caterpillars. I think tomorrow was butterfly kites. The recades, the teenagers come up with all the activities. But we also wanted to do a shout out. Parks has an amazing archaeologist, Miss Brandy, and then also, Gary is with her, and they are going to be doing a program here in this building on Thursday from 12:30 to 2. They bring in a lot of artifacts from the Burke, but it's not just like you sit and listen, like you get to touch stuff and you get to ask a lot of questions. It's very interactive. So if you have questions about the history of the land, Miss Brandy is the professional and knows just about everything there is to know.
She's very knowledgeable in for Skyway, with the history of Skyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I think that's it for recreation. We might have given you, oh no, look at that.
No, it's okay, you guys get a bonus.
Okay,
You get a
so
bonus.
a couple contacts in case you want to find out what we're up to. We do have a website, and the West Hill CC has all of the programs that we just mentioned here. There's a Facebook, there's an Instagram, there's a YouTube. But the bonus, a different team from King County Parks, Miss Regina and David, have some updates on the Skyway Community Center project. So if everybody's ready. Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. Ooh, shoot, I should have started with those. See, I get so excited about the recreation. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this fast. There's 8 bullet points. All right, here we go. In May, and I'm hoping most everybody's heard most of this, and there might be some other groups that are going to present similar information, but in May, King County Parks purchased a 3.82-acre property next to Skyway Park Bowl, as the site for Skyway's first community center. The project will remain focused on developing a community center and associated outdoor recreational facilities. Okay, here we go, number 3. A contractor is currently working on demolition preparation in and around the building. We anticipate being able to start demolishing the building in August, which should take about 10 weeks. The Skyway Park Bowl, future Skyway Community Center's parking lot, is now closed during demolition. The site is currently fenced off for site security and safety while demolition moves forward. Parks has been able to accommodate several community requests to use the parking lot in the last couple of months. However, for safety, we are not able to allow parking on site while demolition prep and building demolition is occurring from now until the beginning of 2027. And this part's underlined. Thank you for understanding. We are still working out details, but plan on holding a community celebration in September, where community members will have the chance to provide feedback on updated design concepts for the new site. We plan to complete a new schematic design, so that's the 30% design, when we'll get a better idea of what the floor plan will be and what the building will look like for the Skyway Park Bowl site by the end of 2026. Okay, here we go. Here's a big one. If all goes as expected with funding and permitting, we anticipate opening the doors to the Skyway community in 2031. As always, community members are more than welcome to reach out to Miss Regina. I have her email here with questions, comments, or feedback. Okay, that was it. That was a lot of information. Vaughn gave us a thumbs up. Okay. All right, I think we're good?
Yes.
Wonderful.
And these are our hosts today, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Big round of
Thanks for coming.
applause.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Arlene and Vanna. Next up is KCSO, Paul.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
Hey.
Good. I probably don't need a microphone, but I will use it just in case, and Devin's giving me the...
There you go.
There we go. Okay, first of all, I want to mention Sergeant Michael Glasgow from the Sheriff's Office is here. Sergeant is my boss. If you have nice things to say, feel free to reach out to him. Just kidding. But a couple things I want to mention very quickly. We get a lot of people who roll into the Skyway storefront office. I think it's the busiest storefront of all of them in Precinct 4, actually, and I'm very happy about that because we always want people to come in and feel welcome. We get people there for a variety of reasons. I always try to sit down with people and assist them wherever they are, so please feel free to reach out to the Sheriff's Office if you have any questions whatsoever. I've spoken with the Sergeant about this and with Devin as well. We have a lot of people who are coming in right now who have been victims of scams. So, maybe they clicked on a Facebook ad or they received a text or a voicemail or something like that. And these are people who sound quite authentic. Very easy to fall for this. This is not one demographic. We've had people lose, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. Very intelligent people. Several of them have come into the storefront. And so I've kind of noodling the idea along with the sergeant about some type of community conversation as a way to inform folks about that, maybe in partnership with the West Hill Community Association. So stay tuned because we always want all of our community members to feel educated when it comes to these scams out there. Okay, you may have heard that KCSO is looking for a new storefront office. That is true. We will continue to have a physical presence at Skyway, so we're not leaving Skyway. I'm going to continue to be your CSO. We're simply looking for space that better meets our needs. So as soon as I have information to share on that, I will broadly disseminate it. Hopefully we'll have some information later this summer, early fall, but that is something we're looking at, so please stay tuned there. A reminder that our National Night Out is coming up. How many folks have heard of National Night Out? Okay, excellent, good, almost everybody. Okay, that is coming up on Tuesday, August 6th. If you're interested and live in a neighborhood with a block watch captain, please connect with them for details. Most events begin around 5 or 6 p.m. and continue until 8 or 9 p.m. I'll be there alongside partners from the Skyway Fire Department. It's always nice to see the chief there and the firefighters as well, and then along with hopefully some of our deputies and agency leadership as well. So it's a really good opportunity just to establish a dialogue between law enforcement and the community and to get to know your neighbors. I think we have 6 events already planned in Skyway. I will be at all of them, so if you're interested in more information about that, please do let me know. Reminder to please call our non-emergency line, 206-296-3311, if you'd like to report an abandoned car. Get a lot of calls on this, emails, people who come into the storefront. We do investigate. It can take a little while. So sometimes people say, well, I submitted something yesterday and I haven't heard. Give it some time, because we get a lot of those requests, and it has to go through a specific process. Some people reach out to me directly. In that case, I try to do my due diligence, go, just take pictures, and then send it to our traffic deputies, so they're informed of it. So you can go through me as well, but circumstances are different. Sometimes people say it's an abandoned car or something like that, and then you investigate it. Well, no, it belongs to somebody in the neighborhood. So we try to make sure we're doing our due diligence when it comes to that as well, and just make sure we have all the information there. Okay, I know I'm short on time. I'm going to be at the Skyway Health and Safety Fair on August 15th at the fire station, so please stop by. That's a really wonderful event if you haven't been there, and I think my time is just about up. So if you have any questions, you know how to find me. Yes, ma'am.
Have they done anything towards getting some kind of traffic control through here? 2 days ago, Sunday night, Sunday night, I was coming home, and there were kids in dark clothing. They started crossing the street mid-block, car coming way too fast through Skyway, came into the passing lane, nearly hit me, as I was going to try to turn left at the light. And this is becoming a big problem.
Thanks for mentioning that. I see it as well. I'm here every day. I see some of that. If you see dangerous behavior, please call it in. Please let us know. That's why we have 911. That's why we have our non-emergency line. We do have dedicated traffic enforcement. Our traffic deputies are here most every day, but sometimes it's the size and scope. But I assure you that we have dedicated deputies who focus on that. But if you see something that is problematic, please call it in and let us know so that we can be aware of it. But yes, I know that is a major problem.
So they're not making any provisions to put in a speed, the speed measurement like they had before. At least it brings it to their knowledge that they're going 20, 25 miles an hour over the 30 mile an hour speed.
Yeah, are you talking about speed limit signs, or are you talking about speed cameras, or are you talking about kind of all of the above there?
Hey, if we can get all of the above, I'll go for it.
Yeah.
Anything to keep the kids safe. They obviously do not respect the road, they don't respect the lights,
Yeah.
and somebody's gonna get killed.
Thanks for mentioning that. It is definitely a priority. I'll go back and reiterate that, your point to our traffic deputies and our other deputies who are here in Skyway. Some of the signage, that's more Department of Local Services. So Bong is here in the white shirt, so please reach out to him, because I've reached out to them about a stop sign and other things in Skyway that I've heard from you, and so I take those concerns in, and then they'll do a review and make a determination about whether something is warranted. So, yes, sir.
Quick question on selection criteria for the new storefront. Is a new storefront going to be a storefront?
Why don't I turn that over to our sergeant? He can.
Yes,
maybe
it
offer
is.
some thoughts.
It's going to be a storefront. It's going to be in Skyway. We just don't know where yet. So we're still
Yeah.
working on that. But we're not going out of this. We're not going out of Skyway proper, and it will be a fully functioning storefront just like we have.
And I will be there.
Yeah, but storefront. What I think storefront is business district. That we don't know yet. We're still
Yeah.
working on that.
Good question. Yes, sir.
I mentioned this to you and you, the sergeant, with the new choke point, on knocking down the 2 lanes to 4 lanes, that brought people going over 60 miles an hour in the right lane, racing to get to that choke point. I've talked to the past 5 years, different deputies out of the current storefront, and asking them why they're not enforcing the speed laws. And the answer that I get was that, quote, we have been instructed not to enforce them by the district attorneys because we don't have time and we're worried that people of color will be disproportionately targeted for enforcement. And as this gentleman, or this lady here mentioned, people are not abiding by the traffic laws, and simply reducing a traffic sign to say 35 to 25, if people aren't, including the deputies, aren't abiding by the current speed limit, why would they abide by something that's reduced, especially now that you're connecting things down so that people are going to race to get to that choke point and be ahead of the line?
Well, the prosecutor's office doesn't dictate what we do and what we enforce, so that
It's not what your deputies are saying.
well, that doesn't
Please talk to them.
make any sense to me. It really comes down to staffing. We're wildly understaffed, and we only have 2 traffic cars that have to cover both Skyway, White Center, and Boulevard Park. And with the amount of crime that are within these regions, our deputies are just bogged down with crime reports, and it's hard for them to get out and do traffic. Now, we do realize this, and we do recognize it. That's why we do have traffic cars. We didn't in the past. Our commander pushed to get one. He got one. He got successful. He got a second one. So we're working our way up there. But it's a slow grind for us because of staffing.
Is this one to the county council?
Yeah, we just don't have people. Our attrition rate, as opposed to the people that we actually can hire and that make it through, is still unbalanced. And it's hard to get good candidates that make it through the academy and then make it through our training program and get out on their own. And while that's happening, all our senior people are retiring and going out the door. And with all the riots and COVID and all that in the 2020, we had a mass exodus, and we're just really trying to catch up. We're getting there, but it's very slow. We work every day in the unincorporated area of Precinct 4 at minimum staffing, but mainly under minimum staffing, dangerously under minimum staffing, because we just don't have enough people.
Why did we cut that lane out?
I was told by the engineer that they wanted to provide sidewalk access to the people that live in that area. To the bicyclists, there's no way I would come from Rainier Avenue up
I've
to
never
that.
seen anybody riding a bicycle there.
I've always seen.
One or 5 to 5, or
Risky
vice
book.
versa.
Yeah, that may be a question, I don't know, Bong, if that's for you or for, but that is a good question about that. I think they call it a road diet, kind of the, or maybe that's a conversation for the next meeting or something, an update on that, because I know a lot of people have questions about
Putting
that.
everybody at risk.
Yeah, I mean, I drive it every day. I know what you're talking about.
We live here, and that's our only access to our homes.
Yeah.
The engineer lives in North Seattle. I've talked to him.
Have you? Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, I'm sure I'm over. As always, if you have questions, call, email, text, stop by the storefront. I'm here for you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Paul. So next up is KCSO, or no, King County Local Services, my bad. Bong Sandomingo and Gloria Briggs.
Go ahead, take a picture first. First of everybody.
Oh, and here's Philip as well.
Here you go, guys.
We got more
There you
people
go.
here.
One more. There you go. All right. Here you go. All right. Hey, good evening. I'm Bong Santo Domingo. Bong spelled B-O-N-G. To those who are new, very legal now. It's all good. All right. So I'm in the Department of Local Services. For those who don't know what local services the department is, if you live, work, play, worship in this community, you are in unincorporated Skyway. And then we are your local government. So on a given week, we are here at the Skyway Resource Center. I myself am here on Wednesdays, morning until late in the evening on a Wednesday. So we are your over-the-counter services that we provide. And we also provide notary service. By the way, your community has the most notary requests
Good.
compared to the other communities. So anyway, I'm gonna stick around and then you can ask me questions later. But I brought our stars, of course, of our department, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and tell them what they do. Starting with Seth. Here you go.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Seth Peterson. I'm the Deputy Director for the Department of Local Services, working for Director Richardson. I think just a couple of comments, or a couple of notes. I think number one is recently in June we passed, or the council passed, the Transportation District funding, and so this adds a 1/10 of a cent sales tax. But really what it does for the next 10 years is funds our roads in a way that we haven't been able to have in the past. And so we historically have been running in an underfunded capacity, and so this really will help us take a look at the community needs list, the roads priorities list, to understand broadly where across unincorporated King County are the greatest needs for our road network, and for us to drive targeted investments. The second item just of note is we have the 2024 comprehensive, the King County Comprehensive Plan midpoint update is open for public review coming up here through the 2nd of August. So if you go to kingcounty.gov/comp plan, you can take a look, and we're seeking community input on some of the long-term priorities. I'm going to take a break and pass it over to Philip as we continue down the path.
Right here, on next. Good evening, everyone. I'm Philip Lay, the new title, Economic Development Coordinator for the urban areas. So I'm your Economic Development Coordinator officially as of today. I'll get some business cards out soon, but I met some of you already. Big message from me is if you are a business owner, you want to start a business, or you frequent the commercial districts, or you want to impact the commercial districts, please reach out to me. Everyone is involved in economic development, including some of the departments that are here today. So I want to support Skyway as much as possible. All right, pass it over to Gloria, who's a known star.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gloria Briggs. I am the Participatory Budgeting Program Manager. And you can find me at the Skyway Resource Center 24/7. No, you can find me there Monday through Thursday, and I'm pretty much there from about 8:30 a.m. until about 5 p.m. And I have a slide because participatory budgeting, we are back. We have not had an active process within the past 2 years, so it's really exciting to have us back. And I will just, yep, we're back, there we are. Next slide. So this year, our participatory budgeting process, we're gonna have a community-led participatory grant-making process where we have selected 19 Skyway community members to help to lead that process. So currently right now, they're designing the process and then we'll be releasing the RFP this summer. Our budget is $1.65 million. So that's a pretty substantial amount for Skyway residents to decide how they're gonna spend that funding in the neighborhood. Next slide, please. So these are actually pictures of some of our Skyway residents that have been busy at work. Our Community Advisory Board, which is comprised of the 19 Skyway community members, they have been working diligently since the 1st of July. We've been meeting twice a week. We'll be at the Skyway Resource Center tomorrow from 5:30 until 7:30. They are setting funding priorities. They're also going to be helping to design the process of how we will review and rate the proposals that have been submitted. Next slide, please. This is our timeline. I just mentioned that we convened our advisory board on the 30th of June. So through the month of July, they're working to design the process. In August, we will have a release. Miss Alicia, you hear me? We're gonna have a release of the RFP in August, and that's where community members, community organizations can submit proposals of how they would like to have the funding spent. Then this fall, we'll be doing proposal rating, and then in the winter, we will announce the awards. How can you be engaged and make an impact? One, if your community organization, school district, library, have a community project, submit a proposal. Two is if you know anybody who lives, work, plays, worship, is connected to the Skyway area, have them apply and support the process to be a proposal rater and reviewer. And third is you can be engaged and make an impact by being a PB partner. And that is basically hosting community events to help us to share the messaging. Next slide, please. And if you have any questions, please call me. This is the information up here. And also, if you want to stay abreast to what's going on with the participatory grant-making process, please visit publicinput.com, your voice, your choice.
Thank you, Gloria. Two things I failed to mention. Two of the biggest divisions that we have is roads. So all the roads you see here, that's us. And permitting. We have that too. Also, within our director's office, we do have community van. That's an alternative transportation system here. It's volunteer-driven, but it will take you from point A to point B and back within 4 hours, okay? It's just the price of a bus ticket. And of course, kids are free. And if you're traveling from here to Vashon, you get to cut in line. Keep that in mind. All right? Anyway, thank you very much. If there's any questions, seeing none. Oh, yes. Wow.
Yes.
For Gloria.
So, what if there's an idea for funding, like say, it's not necessarily a grant?
Wait, say that one more time.
An idea for something to be funded isn't necessarily a grant, or that community member will not need it. Example would be outdoor exercise equipment at Skyway Park, around the kids' play areas. Is that, you can just submit an idea and say, roughly, I think this is.
You would submit a proposal, and you could partner and do something like that with the West Hill Community Development Association, because there will be requirements. You have to have a business license, things of that nature. And so when we have the RFP released, the eligibility of who can apply will be listed there. But that's a great idea, and actually it has been mentioned in previous PB cycles to get like workout equipment in the park, you know, trail up the park. So yeah, that is definitely a community need.
So how do we, if there's a community member that has ideas like this, how do they navigate? So I have to partner with someone to get this
Yeah, and we will have technical info sessions to walk you through it. We'll also be providing technical assistance as well to help organizations such as yourself who may not be sure of how to put the proposal together. Good question. Any other
What if
questions?
someone has a business idea but doesn't have actual business here in
Yeah, that's more economic development. However, there may be a funding area because they're already having conversations about that within the participatory grant making process as far as priority areas that you could put something together like that. I don't want to say there isn't any possibility. Go ahead.
Like 2 quick examples of what, of proposals that you have.
Yeah, I can give you a list of some things that have been funded through participatory budgeting here in Skyway. One is all of the artwork, the beautiful artwork that you see at the Black Panther Park. That was funded through participatory budgeting. Coming later this summer, we're going to be having community art on all of the utility boxes that are going down Renton Avenue. That's funded by participatory budgeting. We've had the 57th Street sidewalk improvement over by the Tiny Home Village, funded by PB. Every Saturday at the Skyway Laundromat, on the 3rd Saturday of each month, free laundry services. It's a program called Loads of Love, where they give low-income families a $70 voucher to wash their clothes for free. So it's various different types of programs. I have actually a list of all of the things that we've funded here in Skyway for the past 5 years that's at the table there. So within the past 5 years, we funded approximately a little bit over $11 million to the Skyway community, where community members decided how to spend that funding. So that's very impactful. You're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Are folks in the back able to hear the presenters
With the drums, can you hear us?
We
I know.
Close,
And I'm holding the mic.
those folks have to practice because I bet you they're gonna need 5,000 parades. So we're not gonna.
We can
Hold the mic close, everybody.
I know I hold the mic close. I can hit it. All right. Cynthia, Skyway Water and Sewer, come on up.
You'll have to show me my water. I don't have a presentation on the slide.
Just stand on that step right there.
Can y'all hear me? Yes, thank you, Seth. So I feel like I'm getting reacquainted. The last quarterly meeting I was able to attend was in January. I broke my wrist early then, so I've been recuperating since then. And I'll keep it brief in consideration of the temperature in here and the great presentation we're going to see from Chief Hicks later on. So for those that don't know me, I'm Cynthia Lamoth. I'm the General Manager of Skyway Water and Sewer District. I've been there about 13 years, and if you have any questions about your water and sewer service, you can see me tonight or call the main office. I'm the only Cynthia in the office. All right. A couple of highlights. We hope to see you on August 15th at the Health and Safety Fair. We will have 2 booths there, one for sewer, which our staff will manage, and another booth for water, which our partner, Cascade Water Alliance, will be hosting. There's free giveaways and a lot of information, so come and join us on August 15th at the Fire District. We have been working with King County just a little bit on the demolition for the Skyway Community Center. We're really excited about that. It's going to be a big change for the area. And I heard a few little groans when they said opening up in 2031, but for a project that size, that's not an unreasonable timeline. So I'll just put a plug in there for them. A little bit about the district. We cover the unincorporated area of Skyway and West Hill. The district operates solely on the rates that customers pay. We don't get any tax money. We know that times are tough right now economically, and the cost of doing business is increasing every day. We keep that in mind to balance what our customers can afford to pay, which is, kind of a nebulous concept, and what our responsibility is to keep the systems running efficiently and safely. Again, if you have questions about that, contact me, come up to the office, call me, send an email to our general info email box. Let's see, I have no cards tonight, but I will be here for the rest of the evening. Happy to answer any questions. Anything urgent? Great.
Any more sewer line updates?
We are working with King County on a septic to sewer conversion program countywide. So there's a lot of partners in that and nothing definitive to report.
I was at a listening session, executive delays, was that maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago? Someone brought up a very interesting question about the cost of failing sewer lines and sewer backups in many in the same neighborhood or same block. Is there any analysis to like understand trends, age of sewer mains that may need to be replaced?
Can we repeat the
I was going to say, the question is there any sort of analysis that's done to prioritize the replacement of sewer mains? Is that fair enough? Recap? Okay. So we look at the entire unincorporated area. We assess and prioritize sewer replacement or water replacement for both of those based on 3 features, for lack of a better word. What's the likelihood that a sewer main is going to fail or a water main? What's the ramifications if it does fail? You know, does the water just run down the street into a catch basin? No harm, no foul. If it runs into somebody else's house, that's a bigger liability. So what's the likelihood it'll fail? What is the consequence if it does fail? And what does it cost to replace that pipe? And so we prioritize projects across the district based on those 3 factors. It's not inexpensive to replace pipe. We're in an area with older infrastructure. We take advantage of grants and loans, low interest public works assistance account loans that the state puts out. I'll put a plug in here for that concept. That program has been in place for over 30 years, where public agencies have the opportunity to borrow funds at low interest loans, 0.25%, 0.5%, 1.25%, and pay that back over 20 years. The concept when that fund was begun was that it would be subsidized by tax dollars from a few initiatives, and then would supplement that with payback. So it's a loan plus interest. There have been statewide priorities over the years that have redirected those funds. I'll be diplomatic about it. I can see Seth nodding back there. Be diplomatic about it. Redirecting those funds to other priorities. Those other priorities are important too, but the original concept for that fund was for public infrastructure. And please feel free to see me if you have more questions. Anyway, prioritizing.
That's a great question from the listening session, and you weren't there.
Yep, no, I was not able to be there, yeah.
Thank you, that's only.
Okay. Any other questions for right now? If not, I'll be here the rest of the evening. Come and see me.
All right, thank you so much, Cynthia. Next up is Skyway Library with Melissa Mather.
Thank you.
You got a couple slides, right?
Thank you. That is me up there. I'm going to start with the way that I start all my programs at Skyway Library, which is if there's anything that you want to know, you come, you call me, you ask me, I'll find the expert, I'll do the program. So that's what my mantra, which goes right with what Paul was saying, which is that the former CSO came to me in 2022 and said, tons of scams in Skyway, will you do programs? So I did about 4. I got about 3 people, maybe at each one. So I'm always happy to do a program. I don't care how many people are there, but that is an example of like where I will partner with Paul. I'll probably send him an email tomorrow to say, let's figure out, because there was a patron of ours that came in and she was badly scammed with regard to her title being stolen from her house. So she had issues in Skyway and she had issues with the property in Seattle. So she's agreed to kind of do a program, and I'm looking for somebody that knows more about that than she does to kind of enhance her story. So that's just an example of what I do. I'm just going to have you kind of go through here, Couple features, this is a children's program we have coming up. You can just keep going. Because you can always call me. We're doing this program here for the teens. And these are the things that are ongoing. So this is kind of open hours, and this is by appointment. So you can call that day on Tuesdays and see one of our tech help. So they're people that'll go one-on-one, help you figure out whatever you need to figure out. Tutors, we do tutors online. We have tutors online as well. I support that program. We have reading buddies. Again, I'm not going to really describe these. I'm just going to say, call me. There's our online program. We take breaks every once in a while, but that has, right now, that actually has math preparation for grades K through 6. So they just come to the Zoom. You can go to our website, come into the Zoom, and they play games with our high school tutors. So it's a pretty good program. Ursula's story times, and these are kind of ongoing. Here's our friends meetings, which are every other month, and then these are also ongoing. We have a group of developmentally disabled adults that come and play games, watch movies on Mondays. It includes pretty much a range of ages, and then we also have participation of Tally High School and Rainier Beach High School. So it's gotten people have really found it, and so I want people in the community to know about that. And then, yeah, do I have more? Resource fair, which I was going to talk to Philip about, to say we'd love to have you at our resource fair anytime. Every second Wednesday, various groups are there. They kind of everything from healthcare to permits or whatever. Monthly game bonanza. And I think, yeah, and then here's our highlights for July through September. Yoga's coming back for parent and toddler, for adults. Garden Hotline, I have a gardening program every month. And then my favorite program, which I had to mention for October, is that the woman, Pamela Adams, who's a citizen scientist and has watched all the beavers in Longfellow Creek. She comes pretty much every year, and there was just an article about her in Seattle Magazine, so that's one of my favorite programs. And I'm hoping someday for her to come with me into the area that's kind of by Peta Village and see whether, because I know there are beavers back there, so that's kind of one of my dreams, is to have her take a walk back there and see what she can find. So, questions? Yeah.
Question from online. I think Licia, you maybe. Can there be a scam prevention workshop at the library that includes the live demos of the ways that AI and other technology are now being used to target people? So will AI be incorporated in that kind of programming?
Yes, I probably would do one that talks about more of like because King County is, I think, one of the few counties that has no prevention for titles being stolen. So if you own your house, there's nothing that prevents somebody to go and say, hey, here's a title for that house, because they don't even check with you, which I learned from a patron. So I probably would do that, and I would do different components of it, of scamming. So yes, always yes.
All right, thank you so much. Double duty in here. All right, next up is, we're gonna do, back. Okay, all right. Where we at? Public Health with Devon Love. And are we gonna do, I'm announcing that. You first. Okay, you can answer.
Thank you, Greg. He said, left foot on the gas. Good evening, everyone. I'm Devon Love, Community Equity and Community Engagement Manager for Public Health Seattle King County. I work with our Access and Outreach team, and I'm here with my colleague Marlon Hall, who's going to give you a separate announcement. But today I just wanted to bring to your attention again that we are at the Skyway Resource Center. Our offices are right next to the Department of Local Services offices on the main floor in the Resource Center building, and we are there Monday through Thursday. I'm typically there Monday through Wednesday. We have other team members who come in on the other days and provide all of the services that Access and Outreach does. One reason why I really wanted to put this in front of you today is because we do a lot of work to help support the community in health insurance enrollment and access to Orca Lift Transportation Services. And we wanted to make sure that people were aware that we're a site that they can drop into if they have questions about their health insurance or need support in getting enrolled. There are a lot of changes that are coming up with health insurance, a lot of federal changes that are coming down that are making some changes quite confusing and difficult for people to navigate on their own. So I wanted you all to know that we're there and available. I have some flyers. I put our brochures out on the table outside. I'll add some flyers to that, but please know that you can come in. And one thing to note about the SRC building is we now have a doorbell. So if people come up, they can ring that doorbell and someone will come and get them and take them to whoever it is they're seeking to get connected with. So wanted you all to know that and to just please stop in and drop by, visit us. We're there. Sometimes it's lonely, but we are there and happy to support you and other community members always. I'm going to turn it over to Marlon Hall, who's going to talk about his work and a couple of other things related to our work in Skyway.
Devon, what are those hours again for the Resource Center?
So the Access and Outreach team is in the Resource Center Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Thank you. I also forgot to say that we also have a WIC team who comes in on Friday. So that's why we're only there Monday through Thursday, because our WIC team is there on Friday, and I believe their hours are 9 to 5.
Great. And just to piggyback on to what Devon said about the upcoming changes as a result of HR 1, if there are groups that would like explainers on how they may be affected, you should also contact us and we can come help you with that. I'll give a telephone number to our Community Health Access Program line. It is 800-756-5437. Again, that's 800-756-5437. What I wanted to let you know, my name is Marlon Hall, obviously. I'm the King County Coordinator for the Access to Baby and Child Dentistry Program. In short, it's a program that connects Medicaid-enrolled children to oral dental health. So I want you to know that we are trying to be a part of the community as much as possible, and I am doing everything I can to try and get our families the dental care that they need. One of the things that we're doing is almost monthly at the Skyway Resource Center, we are holding mobile dental clinics. So we don't charge a thing. We have a van that rolls up, parks in the parking lot, and sees patients. So again, please call our Community Health Access Program line to see if you can get an appointment at one of these clinics. And specifically, I want to let you know today on August 29th, Saturday, August 29th, we're holding a mobile dental clinic and back to school event. We plan to have dental care, like I said. We're going to give away backpacks, we're going to give away shoes, we're going to give away coats, school supplies, the works. And we may have food, we'll see. But it's going to be a great time from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be there. Please get the word out. If you need flyers, I've got plenty. I'll leave some here. Great, and I will give flyers to whoever wants some. Visit ABCD's website for King County, which is kingcounty.gov/ABCD. I know the red light went off a long time ago. Thank you.
Date and time again for that event, please.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 10 to 2, middle of the day. August 29th. Yep.
August 29th at the Resource Center.
At the Resource Center.
Okay, awesome.
Absolutely. Yes?
Are you partnering with schools?
We are going to do outreach to schools to let them know, even though it's summertime, but we're still going to try to connect with them to get the word out. And during the school year, yes, we are, for the back-to-school event?
No, I mean partnering, I'm pretty sure they know schools, you think they'd be able to say, these kids need to have this information, send a flyer.
Yeah, we're doing our best. We will conduct outreach to schools. Yeah, we are, yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, President Marlon. So next up, look at Margie. She just walked in the door. You ready?
Yes, yes. I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be.
VFW Post.
Okay. Thanks, Greg. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone out there in TV land. I know it's not TV, it's your computers. But I like saying TV land. Anyway, I'm Margie Lindberg. I'm the president of the auxiliary. No, I am not in my uniform because I've been running around with my grandson all afternoon, and it's been fun and wonderful. And I had to wait till he got picked up before I brought him here. Anyway, a couple of things. Who knew that we had a 27 flag presentation program on the 4th of July in the morning? Okay. We also that day had a free picnic lunch at the Post, and we only had one community partner come and participate with us, and two, if we count the fire department. It wasn't the fire department. So I'm not quite sure how we need to get the word out there to more of you, and the more of you out there.
QR code.
Perfect, thank you, thank you. We do the Easter party, the Halloween party, we're gonna have a summer party coming up. Christmas, we do Christmas gifts, Christmas baskets, gifts for the toys for all 3 schools up here. That takes a lot of money and a lot of work, but we need some support from the community, and we really feel like we're not getting it. We put our flyers out, we have our, everything is on the web page. We put flyers at the library, on the bulletin board. Sometimes Grocery Outlet lets us have them there, but in order for us to keep up these programs, it takes a lot of money and a lot of work, mostly money, especially for the gifts for the kids at Christmas. All 3 schools, anywhere from, I want to say that we serve I want to say at least 75 just students. It's not just the students we serve. The whole family brings home something. Everyone who comes for our Christmas gifts. So that's all really I wanted to add. Please, come and join us. Thursdays, hamburgers. Where can you find a hamburger for $6? Raise your hand. Raise your hands. Nowhere. They're quarter-pound hamburgers, homemade macaroni salad, homemade cookies. Great time. It's cool in there. Beverages are extremely reasonably priced. So at least come and join us for that. So.
What time on? Hours on Thursday.
Thursday, 5:30 to 6:30. 5:30 to 6:30. And if you want to come at another time, our hours are here. Fridays for the summertime, we've closed down for the Fridays. Things were slow there. But yeah, just pop in. When you pop in for burgers, just sign in on the paper, get in line for your burgers, and you're good to go. So, what was that, honey? I still didn't hear. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. See, because I'm still not not baby brain, he's 6. And he wears me out worse than a baby. The rental space downstairs, who has ever been down there? Okay, $500. There's not a time limit on it. You can, when you do it, all we ask is that you clean up before you leave. Bring all your trash home and out. Well, not home, but out to the recycling bin. But $500, it's a huge area. We have tables, there's a full kitchen, there's refrigerators, stove, microwaves. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Greg. See, and of course, we're always open for new members. So if you qualify for the post, if you've been a combat veteran, or the auxiliary, if you are related to a combat veteran, stop by and see us. Yes?
You may have already mentioned this, but thanks for organizing the Independence Day celebration here.
Oh, yes, you're very welcome. We did post pictures on our Facebook page.
Hopefully we'll do the 27 flags again. I know Chief was there, Lordia was there. Oh, maybe I should call out your names, but there were people there, and Alicia was there. So, well, now we all know, and you all know. Anyway, thank you.
All right, Marty, thank you so much. Okay, so we have some written reports here. Actually, as anyone else needs to speak before I go? Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, yes, Kathleen is posted under additional reports.
Oh, yes, you are here. Friends of Skyway Library, hold on.
Okay. Okay, just briefly, my name is Kathleen Sidwell, and I am a member of the Friends of Skyway Library. And those of us who love books and we like to support the library, as you saw all the programs that Melissa was talking about, we come, and the major thing that we do is an annual book sale. So my main goal today is to say, hey, if you have a whole bunch of books that you're not reading anymore and you'd like to get rid of, bring them up to the library. And we then sort them and send them out to the storage area, and then they bring them back for the day of the sale, which this year is going to be 2 days, October 9th and 10th. That's Friday and Saturday. And so you can always buy new books. I think we're up to $1, then $2. We get the booksellers in, so get there early. Yeah. Time? The time is going to be the time the library opens, which I think is like 11 until 5 on both days, I'm pretty sure.
10 to 6 Friday.
Oh, 10 to 6 Friday.
6 Saturday.
Okay. 10 to 6 Friday and 11 to 6 on Saturday. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. Sorry about that.
Sorry, question. Kathleen, besides books, what else can people bring? Can they bring magazines? Can they bring DVDs? Can they bring comic books?
We actually have quite a lot of comic books. I think we're still accepting the DVDs and others. I'm not sure about VHS anymore. So it's basically books. I think we'll probably have things in the library to be able to tell people what they can bring.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Puzzles and games?
Puzzles and games as well. All right, so getting down to these written reports. King County Parks, Anna, it's Anna, how do you say your last name? Kirigi. King County Parks Youth Conversation Corps 6-week-long internship is underway. We are in week 3 of 6. First day was, flip the page, Tuesday, July 7th, and their final day is Thursday, August 13th. There is a Skyway cohort based out of this building in the West Hill Community Center. Each of the 6 weeks, they will be at Skyway Park doing forest restoration tasks. They are removing blackberry, ivy, and creeping buttercup. Then they will create a planting plan and also spread so much more on the site. Also this summer, our plantings from the past 3 years will be watered by the park's restoration team. We're still on for August 22nd, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the volunteer restoration event at Skyway Park. Register in the King County Parks volunteer portal. The previously scheduled Skyway Park restoration event will be canceled for September 26th. King County Parks volunteer program is working with Earth Corps this summer and fall to help us clear more blackberry and ivy from the south end of the park. Then this October, we will be able to host 200 8th graders from Dimmitt Middle School for planting. This will be split into 2 days at the end of October, the 22nd and 23rd. This is building on programming we offered to the 7th grader last year and introduce the students to Skyway Park, restoration concepts, and water quality issues. We're intending to offer this again next March or April. Save the date for November 14th. We will be using the planting plan the Youth Conversation Corps creates for another round of planting near Taylor Creek and the ball field. This will be open to both the public and YCC alums alike, as we have done in the past years. Last is save the date. This is next year, Saturday, April 4th, 2027, public restoration event at Skyway Park. So we'll mention that again in the future. Going down to the next one, constitutional observation training. Sorry, I'm doing 2 things at once. There we go. This one's from Paula. So community members are stepping up to help ensure that the constitutional rights are respected during law enforcement and immigration activity. Constitutional observational training prepared to observe, document, and report what they witness, centering the people being targeted in source of accountability, safety, and our shared democratic values. The training is available every Tuesday in June. You can select whatever date works best for you. It is not a series, but the same workshop offered weekly. Sign up here on this QR code. The workshop was developed specifically for the Seattle area audiences by folks from West Seattle Indivisible, and Indivisible East Side in partnership with the WISN and the ACLU. Next is WashDOT. You may have noticed some lane closures recently on the westbound SR 900 ramp and northbound I-5 ramp. This was routine maintenance repairs such as fixing potholes and asphalt patching. For SR 900 MLK Way pedestrian improvements, the project team finalized a key document called the Basis of Design. This allows the team to finally move into the final design and real estate acquisition phases. For WashDOT, this sets the scope and final direction for the project and allows other formal processes to begin. Detailed design, environmental permitting, and property acquisition, etc. We look forward to continuing sharing project updates with you all next meeting in October. Next up is Dare to Be. They are having a Comic-Con event on August 20th from 12 to 3 at Dimmitt Middle School. And then followed by that, go to the next one. Followed by that, the other one is Elijah Hands with Ayana.
Did you get your text?
I have more.
For Ayana, yeah, she wrote it out.
Oh, she wrote it out? Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Ayana's report. Greetings, everyone. I apologize for not being there in person, but I want to invite you to come to find Elijah Hands at the King County Fire District 20 Health and Safety Fair. We'll be giving out free backpacks and school supplies to children in grades K to 12. Your children must be present to receive a backpack, one per child, first come, first serve, while supplies last. The work parties in preparation for the giveaway are tentatively scheduled for 8/11 and 8 through 8/13. However, exact times have not been established yet. So if anyone wants to volunteer, stay tuned and watch my page and Elijah Hands page for updates. We also want and need volunteers to help us during the giveaway. For questions, please connect with her at 425-208-6236 or IanaBrown@ElijahJohnHands.com. And next up, we have a feature presentation over here. He's writing notes. Chief Hicks with Fire District 20.
They added some extra pressure on me calling me the feature presentation. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Hicks. I am your fire chief, and I appreciate the opportunity for you to be out here and listen to me tonight. Before I start with the information I brought tonight, maybe a few of you are wondering about the 4th of July for the fire district. Well, I'm happy to say that the 4th of July was quiet as far as emergency calls for the fire district, but I know it wasn't quiet for the community, but there were no major losses due to fire during the 4th of July in our fire district. So very proud of that. Also, you've heard a couple of times mentioned the Health and Safety Fair. It is August 15th. It's an annual event, and we partner with a lot of community partners. Our roster is pretty much full again this year, with community partners providing all types of services. So please come out. Here's a bonus plug. If you get there between 8 and 10, a little early, there is a free pancake breakfast being put on by the Firefighters Union. So they make eggs and pancakes and sausage, and if you'd like to get there a little early. Okay, and I won't make you help set up if you get there early, all right? Unless you're a vendor. All right, then we'll move on next to my slides. So tonight, we're just going to talk about Proposition 1, that In May of this year, my Board of Commissioners authorized a resolution to put a measure on the ballot for the fire district for the general election on November 3rd. And I'm going to talk about what those funds are going to fund, the projects that they're going to fund, and we're going to cover a little bit of our operations, the 4 capital projects, the estimated cost to homeowners, and the dates and any community questions I will take from you. So first, the community that we serve. So if you look at the map here, we have Renton on this side, we have Tukwila there, and we have the city limits of Seattle. Our fire district is an unincorporated King County, and we are a special purpose district governed by 3 commissioners. Last year in 2025, we responded to over 2,700 calls, with 1,800 of those calls, a little over 1,800 being medical calls, and we transported 720 patients to the hospital in our A-car. Now, that call volume there, that also includes what we call mutual aid. With Renton Regional Fire Authority and with Puget Sound Fire Authority and all of South King County, we provide mutual aid and they provide us mutual aid. So I'll give you an example. If there is a major house fire in Skyway, it takes more than our 1 fire engine and our 1 A-car to put that fire out and to help people that could be subject to victims of the fire. So we get 3 additional engines, a ladder truck, medic unit, all throughout the rest of South King County that comes up and helps us. Mostly from Renton and Puget Sound Fire Authority. And it's all computer-aided dispatch, and it's all dispatching the rigs closest to that address. Yes, thank you. So this is our, oh my, that slide came out kind of, okay, sorry about that. These are our Board of Commissioners. Position 1 is Craig Buckton, position 2 is Gloria Hatcher-Mays, and you might recognize this face here, Cynthia LeBoff. She has been a commissioner with the fire district for a little over 10 years now, so we appreciate her service. They're basically my bosses. I report to them. The fire district does not report to the larger King County or the King County Council. We are self-governed with the Board of Commissioners, and they live right here in our district. Next slide, please. Oh boy. I'm terribly sorry about the slide. It looked good on my computer when I sent it out. But we're gonna work our way through this. So these are your firefighters. We are made up of 20 career firefighters, 7 volunteers, 3 administrative professionals, and 1 fire chief. You can see here we like to have a lot of fun. Right here, there are 3 administrative professionals. If you come into the office, you're greeted by these 3 wonderful people here, and we are very involved in the district. There we go, thank you. Next slide, please. Okay. Oh, so now we're going to talk a little bit about our current properties. If you live down in Bryn Mawr, you may recognize this building here. This is what we call the lower station. This building was built in 1944. It was put basically out of service as a responding station around 2001, 2002. Right now it houses our reserve apparatus and our other storage materials that we have, and tools and such. When I talk about reserve apparatus, it's the apparatus that will respond out if our current apparatus is out of service. So right now we have a fire engine in service. If that's out of service, which fire engines are very sensitive, they are out of service a lot. They're very high-tech machines, and they tend to need a lot of maintenance. So when I say reserve apparatus, these are our backup apparatus that are in that station. This is our current fire station. This was built in 1982. It's currently houses our firefighters, our first line out apparatus. It's gone through a couple of refreshes over the years. And it actually went through a little remodel to expanding this portion out around 2000, I believe it was around 2002, 2003. The building here, for longtime residents, may recognize that building as the old liquor store. This building here sits about 2 feet away from the fire station. They're almost just about touching. This will be part of the projects that I'm going to talk about. And then the structure here, when you come to the Health and Safety Fair, this building is currently painted blue and is basically a triplex. Both these buildings, this building was purchased in 2019. It was an off-market sale by the owner that approached us. And in 2025, the same thing happened here, where it was off-market sale where the owner approached us. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, that's good. So, project one. It includes tearing down the lower station. I'm sorry, not the lower station, the triplex here, and building a new building that will house our reserve apparatus. The questions came up when I've been talking about this project just out in the community a little bit, like what's going to happen to the lower station? Because there's been a lot of interest in that building from the school district to community groups. And right now, I tell you, we don't have a plan for it because I know the construction is pretty far out as far as the date. And when the time comes, we would definitely take community input on what should happen to the building. The ideal would be to probably sell the building to put those funds back in our general fund and repay back the bond. That would be the ideal situation. But we also know that this is an important piece of property in that part of the district. So this is where the current triplex is, and that's where it will be built. Next slide, please. So this is part of that project one I was talking about, the triplex. And this is a conceptual drawing by the architect of what that building will look like. These doors here would be facing the drill field. And again, this is not for responding out in emergency calls. This would just be access for the reserve apparatus to come out here. This portion of the building here would be housed, again, our equipment, and also be a decon room for the firefighters. When we go on calls, whether it's medical calls involving bodily fluids or fires involving hazardous materials, we have to bring that equipment back, and it has to be decon, sanitized. And right now we do it in the fire station, but it's a very limited area, and it's not up to modern day standards for decon for firefighters. So part of that would be in the building here. Next slide, please. The second project will be remodeling the current fire station. So I talked earlier about the building's gone through some refreshes when I came out in 2017. If you remember this, the building color was actually a little different. There wasn't any signage in front, and the doors were not this color when I came out to the district in 2017. Since then, we've done minor refreshes, some fresh paint, some new carpet, and that sort of thing, but it wasn't a major remodel. Next slide, please. Go back maybe one. Okay, we'll stick on this slide. Oh, it's out of sync. Yeah, so what current standards means as far as that station is updating the restrooms, updating the dorm areas to better support a modern mixed gender fire force, modernize the sleeping areas, improving infrastructure. For me, or for us, this is a big one because you know, this area, we lose power at least a couple of times a year, and our current backup power is a generator that we actually roll to the fire station and plug into natural gas, and only powers about 25% of the station. So we need to update the infrastructure of the fire station so we can put a real generator in that will power the entire fire station, so when the power goes out, the firefighters aren't manually rolling up the doors with a chain to open up the doors to the station, and they have to stay up. Sorry, I'm getting off my X. You need to make the X bigger next time. I'm a big person. The next is the HVAC system. So the current HVAC system was the original that was put in 1982, and we've been kind of moving that along with maintenance, and when it does break down, we have to find parts throughout the country to keep that HVAC going. But they're telling us that any day now we're not going to have the parts to replace that HVAC system. And then updating the kitchen and the office areas. Okay, we have to go back one.
I think
Oh, that's it. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, perfect. So this would be part of Project 3. Again, the old liquor store, which is right next to this is a station here, that's low beige part of the building. It would be tearing this down and building another building with secure parking and outside storage, and also a utility room, and this is where the generator room would be. Next slide, please. And then replacing aging apparatus. I talked earlier about the reserve apparatus, our frontline apparatus. This is a reserve apparatus, and you may have saw it when you came in tonight because we're actually on a reserve apparatus today because the frontline apparatus, which is about 4 years old, is actually in the shop again. Yes. So this is a 2004 fire engine, and it's really at the line of needing to be replaced. Right now, ordering a fire engine, it takes about 50 months to get one in service from the time that we order it. So it does take a long time to get one delivered to us. So that's why we're including this in this bond to get this ordered and paid for. Next slide, please. Okay, meat and potatoes. What is a bond? A bond is a voter-approved funding for major capital projects. It allows the district to complete proposed facility and equipment improvements now and repay the cost over time through property taxes. Bond funds are restricted to capital purposes and would not be used for day-to-day operations or staffing. A voted bond must receive at least 60% approval and meet the required voter turnout and validations required. So what the district is proposing is an amount of $16 million for a term up to 20 years at an estimated 28 cents per thousand. Now, when I say estimated, it depends on your assessed value of your home. That 28 cents that we're working with a consultant has a 3% inflator in there. So depending on the assessed value, it could be a little lower. An election date on November 3rd. Next slide, please. So, as an example, if you own a $500,000 home, if it's assessed by the county at $500,000, it'd be $140 a year or $11.67 per month. The way they calculate that, they take the assessed value divided by 1,000 times the estimated bond rate equals the estimated annual costs. And I recommend, if you don't know where your property taxes are going, is to go to the transparency tool with King County there. And you can see the breakdown from schools to the fire district to the hospital district to where your money's going when they take out those property taxes. And part of the process is the district needs to advertise looking for a pro and con committee. And pro and con committees are community members appointed to prepare statements for the King County local voters pamphlet. So con committee is just the way it sounds like. You write a statement against, or you write a statement in favor of. And then those interests will come to me and I will help you through the process. Next slide, please. Okay, at this point I would take any questions. The 3 QR codes you see up here, the first one goes to our document center. That's where we find our meeting minutes for the fire district. You will find our budgets and any other documents or business that we do, you will find there. The page for the capital bond and more questions and FAQs, you'll find that middle QR code. And the last QR code again is that transparency tax tool that you can look at on your property. Any questions? Yes, sir.
I've got a question. So appreciate everything that you straightened out.
Yeah.
My question is for the size of the department, are we able to provide mutual aid or do we just receive it?
So here's what the mutual aid looks like for us.
Can you repeat that question, Chief?
Oh, I'm sorry. For the size of our district, what kind of mutual aid can we provide to everyone else? So we have what's called a rehab unit. The rehab unit has a compressor on it and air cylinders. So to give you an example, if Auburn Fire Department has a fire, our participation with what we call Zone 3, South King County, we will send one firefighter in that rehab unit out to a fire, and they refill all the air bottles for the firefighters, and they provide rehab supplies as far as water, snacks, that sort of thing. We have literally been doing that since I came on as a volunteer in 1991. We have been providing that. So that's one part of mutual aid. The other is if Renton is running low on units and their units are out of service, let's say downtown core, sometimes one of our units, either the A-car or engine, gets pulled down to Rainier Avenue to provide, aid for an A-call. We've also been on fires, so sometimes we'll get pulled, our engine get pulled while our A-car is still in service. So what happens is other units will move in position, so there's a larger effort going on at dispatch to where units actually move to be able to cover Skyway as well if one of our units gets pulled. And they're called key stations. So like 53 is a key station, Station 11 is a key station. So if there's a major fire in Renton, units shift. So you may get a unit coming from Auburn Fire Department that's already moved down to this area to help cover. So it's been something that literally, again, the major effort of mutual aid and mutual aid agreements took place probably around 2005, 2007, when we started participating in more mutual aid. And again, the benefit for us is that when we have a major fire up here, we cannot do it alone. Renton can't do it alone. Seattle comes closest to being able to do it alone because they're so huge. So I hope that answers your question.
It does. There's never a time without an engine or an aid unit.
If it's not in the station, there's one close by ready to respond. So I would say, yes, there would be one out of the station. It may not be directly in the station, but the others are in position to respond up here to help maintain those response times. So it'd be easy for you to, like earlier today, we had our engine training, and we had our A-car on an A-call at Green Tree. They had to transport the patient, so then an automatic fire alarm came in shortly after at Green Tree, and the ladder truck from Renton and another engine came up to go to that call. So it was all automatic. It was seamless service.
Miss Ayana says hi, Chief.
Hi, Ayana. So any other questions I can take?
Great presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Before we all run out of here. Okay, how are y'all doing? You just sat through 90 minutes of 90-degree weather, and I bet y'all had hot chicken wings. Everybody doing okay? All right, I wanted to jump up here really quick. My name is Devin Chikris. I am the board's treasurer and other things. I wanted to shout out everybody that presented today. Thank you, President Greg, for keeping us on time. We're actually about to head out of here on time. Tonight, I just want to give one more shout out to my team at West Hill Community Association, our donors. Donors, thank you so much. And I'm going to embarrass one of them right now. Lordia. Be like Lordia, y'all. She saw that we needed something. She shows up. She helps us out. She sees where those things are needed. If you have capacity, maybe it's extra funds. Maybe it's extra time. Maybe you got a lot of people on your Instagram account. There's a million ways to help out. Maybe you like taking pictures and making reels. Anything. Reach out to us. We really need help. We are an all-volunteer organization. We are not a homeowners association. We are not a paid staff. We are not anything but a bunch of neighbors that just do this stuff every day because we care, and we're all super burnt out, really tired. So, if anybody has capacity, and I'm talking to the folks watching online too, to help at all, we could need that help. We're all really wanting to keep this work going. Maybe you like the movies, maybe you like these kind of community meetings, maybe you like the voter education we do. Maybe you should want to put on an inflatable costume and dance on the side of Renton Avenue South. We need that, and this is a little shout out. August 4th, election day. Did everybody get their ballots?
Yes.
Yes. Does everybody know where to put that ballot?
Yes.
Okay. So if you need help, they need to reprint, get a new envelope, have questions, need to update the registration. If you know neighbors that are like that, send them down to us on August 4th at the library from 5 to 8. We're going to be out there with a table to help people, and we need neighbors to come out and hold big signs on the side of the road to remind people that they got to get their ballots in, and we might have a silly costume for you. You don't have to wear one, but it's an option. All right? Y'all spread that out. 2 more updates. Before we go on, I just want to make sure that folks hear those updates because we do need that help. And so I heard all that as a theme today. We got to help out each other. All right? Okay, let's move on to the next reports.
Come on up. You might as well come up too. Let's just do it all. Let's pass the mic. I don't have to get up here.
So in light of the information about the new community center, on August 7th, on Friday at the Skyway Resource Center, we're holding an elder listening session. The idea for the library and King County Parks and Women's United to be involved in this is that that's a long time before we get a community center, so the library needs to know what do we need to do for the next years that we don't have that community center. So we are partnering.
Yes, and Women United will be basically requesting people to speak on what the seniors need in our community. A lot of times our voices aren't heard, but this is a great opportunity for us to be heard and seen because there's a lot of us here. The other thing I would like to point out is that I will be putting some swag bags together for seniors for items that they may need in their everyday life. So I'm really excited about partnering with the parks and this young lady here in the library. Another announcement I would like to make is that Women United was chosen to be a convener for an organization called Nourishing Networks. They are in Bellevue, and they have been supplying Women United with a lot of things as far as skateboards. I'll be picking up 12 bikes and helmets tomorrow. They brought over boxes of bread when I did the carnival. Just this past Saturday, we did the Kinship Carnival in the backyard. We had our 37 district representative come and just take a visit. The kids had a really good time. Nourishing Networks have provided like large boxes, about 60 bouquets that come from Trader Joe's. They have provided like, if anybody likes lamb roast, and they always bring it to me because they know that I know that I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get hold of people to take part in that. So this is a new thing with me as far as being a convener for our Skyway area. And just another thing is that I do host the community closet, Hope's Community Closet, at the Skyway Fire District 20. And we love doing that, and it's on the 4th Saturday of every month. And I partner with that with World Vision. So I get essential items that are for the community members to come out and get. Everything is free. Nothing is charged. And we have everything from infants all the way up to adults. So we would like the community to come out and join us. And the last thing I'm going to say is that the Love Train is going to be coming up pretty soon. And I would like to see so many more of our community participate in that. It's been going on for years and years, and I would just like to see more of you come out and see what the Love Train is about. And the only thing I can say is you don't need a ticket to ride. Thank you.
Thank you. Last thing, I'll make this very quick. About 50% of children in King County that are on Medicaid don't get the dental care they need. We want to raise those numbers. So I know you know some people, I know you're related to some people, I know you're neighbors to some Medicaid enrolled families. We will pay them money to come in and talk to us about the barriers they face in getting their children into the dentist. So that's it. We have money to get these parents on our advisory group. Please have them reach out. They can go to, like I said, kingcounty.gov/ABCD, or they can send me an email at abcd@kingcounty.gov. That's abcd@kingcounty.gov. Thank you.
and I'm gonna make this really quick. I just wanted to just uplift this program that was funded through PB. We have $300,000 for home repair, and this is being ran by King County's home repair program, where if you own a home and you need repairs here in the Skyway area, that you will be awarded up to $25,000. Please just call 206-263-9095.
Say that one more time.
It's called the Skyway Home Repair Fund.
Phone number?
206-263-9085, is up to $25,000. And we have a fund of $300,000, and as of today, only half of it has been spent. So please, you don't have to pay it back.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, where is this senior low income?
It is actually, you will just fill out, call this number, and it's for anyone here. You do have to have parameters as far as your income, but it's ran through the King County Housing Program, through their repair program.
There's no one coming in line after me. We have a Skyway Home Improvement Fair, August 25th, 6 to 8 p.m. If you are wanting to know about home improvement, if you do home improvement, you want to be a vendor, I know we're looking for a materials vendor for this home improvement fair in Skyway, again, August 25th, 6 to 8 p.m. If you missed that, there'll be another one in White Center, September 29th, 6 to 8 p.m. as well. Again, if you want to do home improvement, want to learn about home improvement, or you're a vendor, especially a materials vendor, or you know a materials vendor, please let us know and we can connect you with this event. The Skyway one is at the Skyway Resource Center, and the White Center one is at a building called the Taft Building, Technology Access Foundation.
August 28th.
August 25th.
25th.
Tuesday, August 25th, 6 to 8 p.m. And then Tuesday, September 29th, 6 to 8 p.m. in White Center if you missed the Skyway one. Somebody else got the mic.
All right. All right, so that is it. So thank,
Sorry.
Yes.
Do you guys already have a date for the fall and this winter meeting? Early?
Yes, it's
Yes.
always the same dates.
we do. I have to look on my calendar though.
Because I just want to put it on my calendar.
Yeah, so we can get you those dates once we're all set.
It's the third Tuesday every quarter, so the third Tuesday of January, April, July, and October.
Thank you.
Always third Tuesday.
Third Tuesday, which is October 20th. That's our next one. So.
Thank you.
Locations do move around a little bit, so check with us before you go somewhere.
Yes. All right, well, thank you again, everyone, for coming and taking your time here. Hope you can get back home and relax and have a fan or some AC on.